Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show. If you like The Mike Wagner Show and you want to make your own podcast, well, let me tell you about Anchor. First of all, it's free. Secondly, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. You can also add any song from Spotify directly to your episodes. The possibilities are endless. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you. You can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, many more. You can also make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started. This edition of The Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Picture This Photo Books, where remembering is the key ingredient. How beautiful your mother looked at her wedding, and even more so at yours. And who doesn't miss Grandma's meatballs? The holidays are coming. What better time to give a gift of remembrance that makes you laugh and cry all at the same time? Whatever gift of Grandma's recipes, or just because, those smiles and tears will melt your heart. Call Karen Shaw at 646-798-0809 or visit picturethisphotobooks.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 10% off your first order. Picture This Photo Books, bringing your memories back to life. They're whimsical, casual, or formal, and always uniquely you.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show. It's time to give a shout out to our official sponsor of The Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mian Mohsen Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, then you'll love Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia. Available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. It takes place in 4 countries with 2 strangers and 1 target where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available in paperback and ebook on Amazon. Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia has garnered great reviews and is even loved by Hollywood celebrities including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today. Order Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia, now available at Amazon.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show, powered by SoundCloud Studios. Visit online at soundcloudstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, SonicWeb Studios is the answer. SonicWeb Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. SonicWeb Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mian Mohsen Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you love Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia has garnered great reviews and even endorsed by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Goes Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia, available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Picture This Photo Books, where remembering is the key ingredient. How beautiful your mother looked at her wedding, and even more so at yours. Who doesn't miss Grandma's meatballs, huh? Well, the holidays are coming. A what better time to give a gift of remembrance that makes you laugh and cry all at the same time? What are a gift for Grandma's recipes or just because? Those smiles and tears, yeah, they'll just melt your heart. Call Karen Shaw, Picture This Photo Books at 646-798-0809 or visit picturethisphotobooks.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 10% off your first order. Picture This Photo Books, bring your memories back to life. The whimsical, casual, or formal, and always uniquely you. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show over 30 podcast platforms. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter today, and check out the Mike Wagner Show merchandise at themikewagnershow.com. Also on Amazon.com under the Mike Wagner Show. T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, hoodies, tote bags, and more. We got it 24/7. Makes great gifts all around. Also, check out the Mian Mohsen Zia store with Missing, Once, and other books as well, too. Amazon.com/MiaMolsondia. And also check out his merchandise. And don't forget to donate generously to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com. Also support us on Anchor FM/support and PayPal, and make sure you do so today. We're here with a terrific gentleman who is a singer, songwriter, and self-taught from Istanbul, Turkey. He's a melodic rock musician. He has a 2-volume release featuring 26 tracks of members from Toto, Supertramp, and more. He began his music career less than a decade ago. We'll talk about that. He has also got a new release called Sweet from Volume 2. We'll be playing that at the end of the audio interview. He also has Open Sesame, Daydream, 57, and more. And live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios from the other side of the pond, the very, very multi-talented singer, songwriter, and self-taught Barista. Barista, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, Mike. Thank you for having me on the show.
Well, it's great to have you on board as well, too. So you're a singer-songwriter and you're self-taught from Istanbul, Turkey, and you're a melodic rock musician, and you have a 2-volume release featuring 26 tracks of members from Toto, Supertramp, and more. You also began your music career less than a decade ago in 2012. You got releases with Open Sesame, Daydream, 57, and we'll be playing one of your tracks from Volume 2 at the end of the show. And before we get into all that, tell us how you first got started.
There's no big story about it. Actually, it happened through a transformation that happened over time. From several friends of mine getting together just to release some steam in a studio. They already were musicians, but at the same time, doctors. Mm-hmm. As time passed, I wanted to continue with music. They didn't, and I did it sort of myself. And I learned as I went. And it happened quickly, I must say. I never thought that this would be possible in the beginning, if you had asked me, 8-9 years ago, I think. And I've been loving every minute of it. It's given me a great deal of fulfillment, a great deal of purpose, and it's been rewarding.
It does sound rewarding, and it seems like you love what you're doing. And, in terms of being self-taught, how did you manage to self-teach yourself, like with books, YouTube videos, and everything? It's like, what are some methods that you use for self-teaching?
There's no set method, really. You try to pick up things, but the most important item is to realize what emotion the song should carry, and start with that. The rest of it is basically recording at a studio and working on it through on the Pro Tools sessions. But once you start with an emotion, you have somewhere to go to, and everything else is to be built on top of that. So yeah, I picked up. I watched people. I watched the engineers at the studio. I froze and locked my computer many times trying to do it.
Just like many of us, like the Mike Wagner Show. I know how it is.
Yeah. I'm still learning, and my knowledge of the recording side of music is very, very basic. I'm still a novice, as well as the recording and the professional aspects of it. I'm in it, for the emotion and the fulfillment, I must say.
Mm-hmm. And of course, having a lot of passion for music and everything else. And what was that one precise moment that simply said to you, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life?
Oh, when I heard the first recording come out. Yeah. It's very difficult to make a living out of music. I have a lot of friends who are professional musicians. I'm not a trained musician. I don't know the theory. I hear stuff, but from the time I was, a little boy growing up, music has sort of dominated my inner world. So I've always been in music in that way. Mm-hmm. And I've seen that making a living out of music is very difficult. It's getting to be more and more difficult than it ever was, I think. So I'm not doing it for with a professional view to it. It's in a way very amateur. I just want to express what's inside of me, and then want to be able to share this actually with the outside world. And maybe that is what will outlive me someday. But I do want to keep doing stuff, and I do want to keep expressing things. As we are releasing the third volume of the 5 in a few weeks, I've been already working on my next album, album 4, which I have not yet named. It's all over the place. I mean, it's very piecemeal and everything, but I do make time for it through these crazy times, and I do want to keep doing it.
That's really interesting. And it sounds like you have a lot of ambition in everything else. I mean, you're off to a good start. And who are some of your favorite artists, singers, and musicians growing up?
Growing up in those years, 80s, 90s, everyone else's favorites, like the Eagles, Supertramp, Queen, Toto, Journey, lots of American bands. Later, I developed a taste for the Brit sound. Of course, we also have the Turkish side of music, folk, the Turkish pop, the old Ottoman court music still lives on. So there are a lot of aspects and a great deal of variety where I live in terms of music. And years and years later, I actually got to work with one of my music idols, Simon Phillips.
Oh, really?
He played on Open Sesame.
Wow.
He's behind the drums, except 2. I played the drums on 2 songs. He let me. Also, Jesse Siebenberg, who is the son of Bob Siebenberg of Supertramp. So in that way, 2 of my heroes of earlier in life became my co-workers and colleagues and partners in creating this last album.
That's really interesting. And how'd you meet up with Simon Phillips? And you say who was it? Jesse Siebenberg from Supertramp. Did I get that right? It was somebody Siebenberg, but I couldn't catch the first name of it.
It is Jesse. It is
Jesse. Okay. And how'd you meet the 2?
Simon introduced me to Jesse.
Oh, really? Okay.
Who is incredibly talented, multi-instrumentalist, and just the sweetest guy. I met Simon after a couple of Toto concerts in Europe. One in Helsinki. I actually flew to Helsinki and then to Vienna, and I got a chance to meet him after the show. But when I was writing the songs for this new album, I contacted him and asked him whether he'd be interested in playing on it and be a part of it, actually. And he kindly said yes. So most of the recording, at least of the drums, I should say, all the drums, the parts of Jesse were recorded in Ojai, California, which is just a couple of hours outside of LA. It's sort of a musician's colony at the Carbonite Studios. And there was a lot of stuff that was already recorded here in Turkey, some of which were also the vocals. So they all came together at the Carbonite Studios, and the engineer there, very talented, also Jason Mariani, he mixed and mastered songs as well.
Wow.
So it took place all over the place in many different locations. For a long time, it was like a big puzzle. Some recordings were here, some instruments of some of the songs were here, some of them are there, and so on. And when they came together, it really, really was worth it at the end, for me at least.
That is very interesting. And besides Simon and Jesse, who are some of the other members that that were featured on your albums with the 26 tracks besides Simon and Jesse?
there are a lot of Turkish musicians that play parts on the songs. I don't have a set band, someone who always plays all the guitars, someone who does this and that. Of course, now we have Simon and Jesse, so they will be with us as much as possible. But I believe in assembling for every song the artists and the vocalists that I think will go best with that particular song, rather than having a front man that sings all the songs. Because I think the vocals are an instrument, just like other instruments. And to me, a song, the instrumentation of the song should be more than just the background behind the vocalist. They should all blend in. So there was a lot of trial and error. Rudiger, who is also from California, ended up being the voice on most of the songs.
Oh, wow.
And there were 3 female singers, Lydia Salnikova and Sarah Ezreal, and a couple of Turkish vocalists that ended up being a part of these songs. So on the whole, it's a lot of musicians coming together, actually.
That is so fascinating. And we'll talk about your releases like Open Sesame, Daydream, 57, Volume 2, and more. Of course, you got 1 and 5. We'll talk about those in just a minute. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and enjoyed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Goes Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Picture This Photo Books. Remembering is the key ingredient. How beautiful your mother looked at her wedding, and even more so yours. And who doesn't miss grandma's meatballs, huh? The holidays are coming. What better time to give a gift for remembrance that makes you laugh and cry all at the same time? Whatever gift of grandma's recipes or just because, those smiles and tears, they'll just melt your heart. Call Karen Shaw. Picture This Photo Books at 646-798-0809. That's 646-798-0809. Or visit picturethishphotobooks.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 10% off your first order. Picture This Photo Books. Bring your memories back to life. They're whimsical, casual, or formal, and always uniquely you. And check out the Mike Wagner Show on over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple Music. Take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And don't forget to check out the Mike Wagner Show merchandise at themikewagnershow.com. Also on Amazon.com under the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas and great books by Mia Molson-Zia, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mia Molson-Zia store for some great books and cool merchandise. And don't forget to support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal at the Mike Wagner Show or Mike Wagner Voiceover. And don't forget to donate generously at themikewagnershow.com and make sure you do so today. We work hard just for you. We're here with a multi-talented singer, songwriter, self-taught musician from Istanbul, Turkey. He's a melodic rock musician. Barista is his name here on the Mike Wagner Show. And of course, it's late at night. We're all having our coffee, and you think of Barista, you think of coffee, and also some great music. You got Open Sesame, you got Daydream, 57. You've got your volumes, including we'll be playing Sweet from Volume 2. And tell us more about those albums and some songs, and what inspired to write them.
Daydream was the first album. which included 16 tracks, released back in 2014. And then 57 was released 2 years later in 2016 with 17 tracks. Then of the 39 recordings, I selected 26 to be included in this new album named Open Sesame, but decided to release these songs in consecutive volumes, 5 volumes.
Oh, wow.
Which were created in relation to the subgenre of the songs. For instance, the second volume is more classic sounding, and the third volume is more of an experimentation of mine, trying to combine electronic dance music with rock, so it's a hybrid thing. The last one is mostly in Turkish, trying to combine Turkish with the rock tunes and so on. What inspired me is basically my own experiences, my own life, for which I don't really have much of a chronological record in my head. I mean, I could tell you I went here and then there, and then I live here and there, but I can't really give you exact dates. My mind doesn't record that way, but I'm very aware of, and I remember well, the emotions and the impressions, how I felt, what it made me feel and do and think and so on. So basically, I keep going back to those for ideas on songwriting, as well as to what's happening in the world, basically in general terms rather than in specific terms. So all of those come together, and I don't really have a set method of doing that. I take a lot of notes. I must also admit that I'm a little moody, so I sometimes get thrown into those moods, which may be a little psychedelic, but they are very productive in terms of songwriting. So it happens with the emotions that I go through in life, like everybody else. I just want each song to mean something, to leave some, at least a little bit residue, when you hear it, rather than being just a pop thing, that just goes by. So as much as possible. That doesn't mean I'm too serious. I'm really, really serious about them with a lot of philosophical dimensions in it. Not that. It also has to be fun for me and for the listener. But I want them to be about, experiences, which I think are not only mine, but, they have an appeal to everybody. And my experiences may be of some use, of some benefit to others. Basically, those are the forces are behind the creation of the songs.
That's really interesting. And of course, the one album that stood out for me was 57. And explain meaning behind 57.
It was for my father.
Oh, okay. 57 as in born in 1957. He was 57, or?
That's when he died.
Okay. I'm so sorry.
Old when he died. And it's a combination of Turkish and English songs. And I was still learning stuff then. I don't think the songs on it were as naive as Daydream. Sonically, it was a little bit better. And the point is to be better with each, next step, I think. And if that happens, I'm happy there. And 57 came with 17 songs also, which later proved to be a little too many tracks for one album. A lot of people told me that. I didn't pay attention. because I was still thinking back in those years when I was growing up and, waiting in front of the record store until it opened at 8 a.m., going in and buying that new album.
Oh, I remember those days. Yeah. And it's fun too. You're waiting for that new vinyl album coming out, just camp out and everything. I remember those days. Those are great.
I loved it. I loved it. I read each and every line, on it. I couldn't get enough. I read all the lyrics, and I loved reading the names of the people that worked on it, including the driver, if they put it in there. Everything.
The driver.
So everything about it was, for me, art. I really idolized those people. So, of course, the reality of it is all different, especially now. And from that time to now, music has changed completely. To me, it's now, well, I don't want to sound like an old man, but it's become a part of the consumption chain. It's become an item for consumption, basically. So it's difficult for me to relate to the current pop. That's what my father told me, I remember. He was into Nat King Cole and everything, and what I listened to did not really make sense to him. So it's natural as generations change. But still a big dimension has changed, which is that this craftsmanship, instrumentalism in music seems to be disappearing. I don't hear any instruments in music. It's just some sounds and some tension behind vocals, which seem to be pretty much the same with all the effects put on them.
Mm-hmm.
So when I hear the radio, I don't feel moved. Because of that, I defend more inside myself. The music that is melodic, that is with instruments, that is recorded live, and that has some purpose in its lyrics. It may be too much of a Don Quixote-like approach today. It may be a little too serious, I think sometimes. And sometimes I think this is what I like to do. This is what I want to do. And this is what I will do. And thank God I don't have any, commercial concerns about this, whether or not I make any money on it. It doesn't really matter. This is my way of expressing myself and maybe contributing a little something to, the world I live in.
That is very interesting. And I really like that approach that you've taken. And, just another thing that crossed my mind, you talk about the lyrics, you go through, you write things. And what else do you base your lyrics on?
Well, that's a good question. What else? Not much. Basically, what I think about life and what I think about the world, how it's changing, what's really happening to all of us.
Mm-hmm.
And it has to also be fun and engaging to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really important for me that the words flow with the music. They don't create a sort of dichotomy. They together flow through the music because of that. But getting catchy lyrics is difficult, I'm finding, because a lot have been already said. So it's just like, no one's going to come out and invent a new chord. All the chords have already been played. So you are working with material that has been there for a while, and that may end up sounding a little too familiar to some folks. But when I look at the new stuff, I don't see much that is genuinely new in it. Still working with the already existing material, just with a different twist. It is difficult to inject a sense of originality in this material that is very familiar to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll keep on trying. Maybe I'll get something right one of these days.
And you're certainly doing a great job of it too, by the way. And where can we find all your music, including your latest suite from Volume 2, Barista?
Excuse me, what was that, Mike?
I said, where can we find all your music at?
Oh, in all the streaming platforms, as much as I know. I don't use them all that much personally, but on all the streaming platforms, it's available.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. We'll go ahead and check those out, and we'll find out what's coming up for 2021 and more for Barista. We'll find out just a minute. You listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by SoundWeb Studios. Visit online at SoundWebStudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mia Molson's Day of Missing, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Also brought to you by Picture This Photo Books. Remembering is a key ingredient. Call Karen Shaw at 646-798-0809 or visit picturethisphotobooks.com. And we'll be back with the multi-talented Barista after this timeout. This edition of the Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Picture This Photo Books, where remembering is the key ingredient. How beautiful your mother looked at her wedding, and even more so at yours. And who doesn't miss Grandma's meatballs? The holidays are coming. What better time to give a gift of remembrance that makes you laugh and cry all at the same time? Whatever gift of Grandma's recipes, or just because, those smiles and tears will melt your heart. Call Karen Shaw at 646-798-0809 or visit picturethisphotobooks.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 10% off your first order. Picture This Photo Books, bringing your memories back to life. They're whimsical, casual, or formal, and always uniquely you.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamoshenzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey, this is Ray Powers. And if there's one thing you can count on in these unpredictable times, it's that you're in good hands getting some great radio, courtesy of The Mike Wagner Show.
We're back with a multi-talented singer, songwriter, self-taught musician from Istanbul, Turkey, Barista, here on the Mike Wagner Show. And just a few more things here. You've been great and love to have you back on. What can we expect from you in 2021 and beyond?
3 more volumes coming up. On September the 10th, volume 3 will be released. It's actually not an EP. It's I've just learned myself what they call a maxi single. Because it only has 2 tracks. It only has 2 tracks, and then 2 more volumes will follow shortly with 2 or 3 weeks apart. The 4th volume that'll be titled As Is, and then the last one called Arabesque. So they will all have been released by the end of October. And I really want to start concentrating on the next album and release it by the next spring.
That is certainly amazing. Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to that. And who do you consider your biggest influence in your career?
Everything I see and hear. Of course, there are sort of special markers. Many Turkish musicians, many Turkish folk musicians, I should say, more important, as well as lots of international, many American, many British, German. I used to love Scorpions. The Scorpions.
Oh, really? Man, that's one of my favorites. I'm surprised they're still around. We thought they retired, I guess, they're kind of making a comeback. There's still a demand for the guys. And from Germany, it's like, they're just fantastic.
They are. Nina, if you remember the
99 Balloons. Yes, the English and the German version. And I love the German version for some reason. I don't know why. That's a great song.
Because it's in German.
Oh my goodness. And yes, we can count 99 in German. How you like that?
True.
Oh
and lots of American musicians, from Jackson Browne to, the groups and the, oh man, I'm running a blank here, but lots of names. There's just too many to count.
That's okay. I mean, you've got a wealth of information. That is no problem. I mean, you got some great stuff out there. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
What's the best?
The best advice you can give to anybody at this point.
I don't find myself in a position to give advice to anybody. But I think, make the best of each day and every day kind of thing. As I grow up, as I get older, that's what I'm finding to be the most valuable advice. That I should listen to.
And that's very important as well, too. Once again, we're with the multi-talented singer, songwriter, self-taught musician from Istanbul, Turkey, Barista, here on the Mike Wagner Show. Barista, very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back in 2021 and beyond. Don't forget to keep in touch. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or listen to your music?
We mostly go by our Instagram account, Barista Music at Instagram. And all the streaming platforms do have Barista on them, and all 3 albums so far, whatever's come out, by the record label Mono Music. And I'll keep on trying to produce more stuff. And thanks a lot for having me on the show.
And it's my pleasure. Looking forward to having you again soon. Once again, a very big thank you for your time, Barista. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back in 2021 and beyond. Don't forget to keep in touch. You've been absolutely terrific, and we definitely wish you all the best. You've got a great future ahead of you.
Thank you, Mike. All the best to you too.
I used to play the Casanova, and I was smooth as a bossa nova. The smell of cheap perfume and wine resonates. One day you have to learn, she softly said. Did I ever walk home in an empty street? The endless blue horizon, was it just a dream? Been a long time away from you, and I know I'm never far from anything you do. Yet I'm still up there, floating in the air. So when you ever think of me, pick something sweet of me.
Picture this photo books, where remembering is the key ingredient. Preserving memories, keeping the memories of your loved ones alive as they reach in and touch your heart. How beautiful your mother looked at her wedding, and even more so at yours. The holidays are coming. What better time to give a gift of remembrance that makes you laugh and cry all at the same time? Whether it's a gift of past holidays, grandma's recipes, long ago moments, or just because, those smiles and tears will melt your heart. Call Karen Shaw at 646-798-0809. Once again, that's 646-798-0809. Or visit picturethisphotoBooks.com.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamoshenzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Thanks for listening to the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.